found that you have done all the things when it comes to decluttering, you've donated all the stuff, you've given away things to your neighbors, you have got your children on board, but yet you still feel like your home is overwhelmed with clutter, you need a maintenance plan, my friend. And today we're going to talk all about the simple practical things to do that will keep your home clutter-free. Before we move on, make sure you click that subscribe button, give this video a big like if you want to live a clutter-free lifestyle, and let's jump right in. Here's a basic truth about human psychology. Our brains don't like to get us into hot water. They trick us into thinking that things are very overwhelming. So we need to do some meta on ourselves and untrick our brains to get us the results that we want. Doing common tasks quick and often, because that makes those tasks a lot less overwhelming. It feels like we're not climbing mountains, we're just gently crescending little hills, and it is so much easier to maintain a clutter-free lifestyle. By breaking things down into small manageable bits, it becomes such a habit, it becomes the person that you are, it becomes your identity, and then you will see the shift over time to becoming a person that's organized, that lives in a calm, clutter-free environment, that has time for fun and being present with their kids and parenting and all the things that you want to do, that feels more calm at work. That is because you have changed your identity bit by bit through changing your habits just a little bit at a time, so that your brain doesn't sabotage and shut you down. So here are some of the common things that you need to do if you want to keep your household responsibilities under control and your clutter to a minimum. Dishes. Do them often, do them quick. There is something about walking into a kitchen when there are dishes in the sink that just make you feel totally off balance, like you're not winning at life in that situation. Whether you're stacking them in the dishwasher or quickly doing a couple of dishes here and there, stay on top of your dishes because they will set the tone for the rest of your day. Doing dishes often is a great practice to get into because it's an analogy for everything else. We all have dishes, we all need to eat multiple times a day. If you work from home or you're a stay-at-home parent, you will be at home a lot and there will be dishes accumulating, especially if you have little kids, the snacks, the meals, everything. So dishes are a good way to train yourself that once we use these dishes, we wash them and we put them away. We remove that visual clutter, we remove that practice of just accumulating dishes in the sink, and we are kind of like on top of this. We can do this with something so simple as dishes. You build the confidence and you trick your brain, you train your brain to realize that you don't need to live in a mess and you don't need to live in a clutter-filled environment. It starts with dishes. I know that's basic, but give it a try. The same for laundry. I will never stop preaching that you need to be doing laundry loads that are smaller and more often, because I think that mountain of laundry that people keep for a whole week, or heaven forbid 2 weeks, is just so overwhelming for our brain that we do not want to do it. We procrastinate because we are afraid, not because we are lazy. And yes, can we be afraid of a big mountain of laundry? I think if you're overwhelmed and exhausted and feel like you've been pulled in a million directions, maybe something as simple as laundry can actually make you scared. Maybe you are scared of your laundry. So I deplore you to do laundry at least once a day or every other day, depending on your family needs. We have 3 kids, so we do laundry at least once a day, sometimes more often. And every time I leave it for a day or two, I regret it, because the thought of folding so much laundry in one go is just not a task that I can see myself doing. But spending 5 minutes folding laundry, 10 minutes folding laundry, I feel like I can do that. And it's about getting started. So once I get started folding, I'm probably going to finish it. And then the final step is put those clothes away. Get rid of that visual clutter. Make sure all those clothes go back into their proper places. Get your kids involved. It's a great practice for them as well to grow up in a home where we not only wash and dry our clothes, we also fold them and put them away. It's a life skill. It's a life skill. They will thank you later. Now that you've built up the clutter-free skill of dishes and laundry, 2 things that I think most people are having to do regularly, we can move on to more sexy projects. Like maybe you need to do a quick pantry reset or a fridge declutter. These are things that kind of just lie in the background, but every time you open the fridge or every time you open the pantry, you feel like, oh my goodness, I feel like I need to get to this, and I just never do. But because you've built up that confidence, you've built up that habit of tackling something when you see it needs to be done, when you have 5 minutes, you start to do it. So take your pantry, for example. That doesn't need to have a complete overhaul. Remember, we're in maintenance phase, we're in maintenance mode. It just needs a little bit of attention to stay clutter-free, whether that's unpacking a box of applesauces that you just bought from the grocery store, or maybe you're reorganizing some of the jars that you have because things have kind of dropped below. This will also save you so much time and money because you're not going to be buying duplicates. You can see what you have, and it's so calming to open the cupboard and see everything is nice and organized in a high frequency zone where you're opening that closet, cupboard, pantry several times a day. Honestly, now it's a pick your own adventure. Do your kids' clothes need a bit of organization? Have they grown out of something and you probably need to give that a bit of attention? Don't think that you need an hour or 2 hours. You need like 15 minutes, and then you will have a sparkling clean closet, because remember, maintenance phase, if you get to that point, it doesn't need to be a whole Saturday that you're taking up overhauling everybody's clothes. You're literally picking a tiny little project here and there and you're tackling it right in the moment, and that is how you stay on top of your clutter. The list goes on, but it could be your desk, it could be a shelf of books, it really could be anything that you feel like, yeah, this needs a little bit of attention. Your Tupperware drawer, it doesn't matter. The point is that you are regularly attending to all of these things in your home, and probably by the time you've gone through everything, you're going to have to start at the beginning again, because as I've said so many times in so many videos, decluttering or living a clutter-free lifestyle, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Just like healthy eating or exercising, you can't do it once and expect to have six-pack abs. It's just not how science works. So it's the same with cluttering. If you want the six-pack version of a clutter-free lifestyle or a calm home, you have to give a little bit of attention. But here's the thing, the key word is little. It doesn't need to take over your whole life, because we all know as relaxing and satisfying as cleaning and having a decluttered home can feel and be, you need to be out there living your life too. You need to be hanging out with your friends, hanging out with your kids, spending time with your partner. You do not need to be decluttering and cleaning 24/7. The cleaning and the decluttering facilitate your ability to live out in the world and make your life more calm and enjoyable and meaningful. We do not know how much time we have on this earth. We need to be able to enjoy it. So I am not here preaching that you need to be decluttering every free moment that you have. The whole point is that you're in a system and you're in some kind of regularity where it's easy to maintain. So I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried this form of decluttering maintenance? Setting a timer maybe for 10 minutes and just attacking a drawer or a closet or a shelf, because I highly recommend it. I want to know how you find it, how you get on. Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for being here. I will see you in my next video.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away.